Hey, Lucy, guess what? Do you know how elegant I can live in the future?
What do you mean?
I think I can live like a celebrity.
That's new to me. But on what basis are you saying that?
Because I have you and Noah, so my life is secure. We are a family, so it's only natural for you to work a little harder for me, right?
Wait a minute. Does that mean you are planning to rely on us?
That's a rude way to put it, don't you think? But I guess you could say that. As long as you guys are doing well, I don't have to worry about anything.
But Maria, we have our own lives to live. We have plans for the future. How can you expect to live like a celebrity without thinking about that?
Lucy, I'm the boss of this house. Noah is taking over the company, and you being the executive director, it's all according to my plan. So I have nothing to worry about and just live my life.
What do you mean by that? What exactly are you talking about? If it's something that involves us, I'd like to know.
I don't have to be specific, you know. I'm just saying that if you guys are okay, my life will have nothing to worry about. Besides, I went out for a fancy lunch with friends yesterday. It would be nice to have that kind of thing going on every day, you know?
I don't understand. What exactly do you mean by that? We have to protect our own lives too.
So, Noah will run the company well. And as long as you support him as the managing director, that's all that matters to me. You don't need to worry about me. Oh yes, I just remembered. I have shopping plans next week. Do you want to come with me?
That's not an easy thing to do, you know. Running a company is always difficult, and it's tough if we don't keep trying.
I don't care about that. All I'm saying is that as long as you guys are doing well, my life will be stable. Besides, did you read the online news this morning? I was in the society page. You should be more proud of me.
Maria, please don't be so irresponsible. We're struggling to make ends meet too. It bothers me that you're trying to take it for granted.
It bothers you? It's only natural for you to support me, isn't it? Do you have any idea how much I have done for this family?
I appreciate your efforts, but this is different. I want you to think about our lives too.
Lucy, you really don't understand, do you? Because I have supported this family, I have the right to live gracefully as the mistress of this family. It's your job to take care of me, you know? Like, you should pay for whatever I purchase.
Maria, I really don't understand what you mean. I understand that you have been supporting us, but that's not the same thing as this. We have our own lives. The idea that only you can live gracefully doesn't sound right.
What are you talking about? I am the mistress of this family. As long as Noah is here, and as long as you are here, my life is secure. Besides, you better plan for my upcoming trip.
Trip? What are you saying all of a sudden?
Well, don't be like that. Anyway, don't worry about the future. You'll understand what I'm talking about in time.
No, I don't think I will understand.
Anyway, you guys are supposed to support me. Don't forget that. Oh, yeah, and I've made reservations at a fancy restaurant for dinner tonight.
Huh? You can't just do that. Maria, please look at the reality. I had no idea you were that insane. To be honest, I'm very shocked.
What? What do you mean? How dare you talk to me like that? You better watch your mouth.
I doubt you as a person. Did you even consider everyone's feelings?
Huh? I was the manager's wife, remember? Of course I considered. I am the boss in the family. It's natural for the whole family to support me, isn't it?
Maria, what was that all about at the funeral? Your own husband passed away, and you were just screaming, "His inheritance is all mine," with a big smile on your face. It's beyond insane.
Oh my goodness. You married Noah because you wanted money too, right? You're the same as I am, so why don't you stop being a nice person here? Because Noah is a successful businessman with money and status. Everyone around us think the same way. Love isn't the only reason you married him, right?
I didn't marry Noah for money. I didn't marry him because he is a business owner or because he has money. I decided to marry him because I was attracted to his personality, his honesty, and most of all, his compassion. Certainly, his success is wonderful, and I admit that I have benefited from it. But I don't think we would have been able to have such a happy family if that was the only motivation for our marriage.
How can you say that? Not only you are the wife of the president, but you also hold the position of managing director within the company. It's really amazing that you have established your own high position, both at home and at the company. You're more arrogant than I am as a housewife, aren't you? Noah becoming a president and you becoming an executive director were all planned, weren't they? Seeing you doing so well makes me feel relieved that I made the right choice. But you know, I know how much effort you put in to get to this point. In the end, you're just living on Noah's success, aren't you?
You know what? I was given the role of managing director before I got married. My relationship with Noah started after I became executive director. Please don't make careless remarks based on speculation alone. And that's not what we are talking about now.
Yes, I understand. It was certainly not mature of me to talk about his inheritance at my husband's funeral. But, finally, this $5 million is going to be mine. I can't stop laughing.
5 million?
I know you're going to talk about inheritance in the near future. You have no right to tell me this or that. No matter what you say, I am legally entitled to inherit everything. I am the mistress of this house, and I have supported this family for many years. I should receive my inheritance as a reward for that.
Of course I'm not the legal heir, so I'm not going to interfere. Maria, why don't you calm down a little? You made such an offensive comment and behaved so badly at the funeral. Most of the people who were there didn't look at you in a good light. I think you should behave more like a grown woman.
They are just jealous of me because they won't be getting $5 million. If I have to deal with every single complaint, it's never going to end.
Anyway, I beg you. I'm sure you would understand that many people are shocked by the sudden incident of your husband who was well liked. You have to be really careful about careless remarks in such a situation. If you're not careful, you might even lower your own value.
Yes, I get it now. As long as I keep quiet about something like that, you'll be happy, right?
Yes, by all means. Thanks for understanding.
You really are a cheeky wife, aren't you? Well, if you have so much to say to me, go ahead and say it. But nothing you say will change my mind. I have supported this family and will continue to do so. I don't care what you think. Hey, Lucy. I've decided to leave my mom to my aunt and uncle tonight. My aunt and uncle helped me out a lot. I'm going to be a little late, but we'll talk again as soon as I get home.
Thanks for your hard work, Noah. It must have been really hard for you. I'm sure you must be exhausted from preparing for the funeral and dealing with the family. Come home early and get some rest.
I'm sorry about today. I really had a lot going on and I just couldn't get caught up. I'm sorry for the burden I've put on you as well. I really appreciate you being there.
What's up with you all of a sudden?
It's the way my mother acted at my father's funeral. Even though she's my stepmother, I'd like her to be firm, even if it's just superficial, as our mistress. You tried to talk to her so many times and went around apologizing to everyone, but she doesn't care at all.
Well, being the second wife of a wealthy family, I have to admit that there are many things she has to be concerned about in the eyes of the public. We talked on WhatsApp afterwards, but I don't think she seemed remorseful.
The fact that she married my father for his inheritance is confirmed by what she said at the funeral. I really couldn't believe that she would talk about his inheritance so openly in that situation. I thought she had no idea how much my father cared about his family. I mean, I knew she was like that, but the way she behaved after he passed away just confirmed it. I'll have to be more careful from now on. I'll be careful what she says for a while.
Okay.
Hi, Lucy. I'm going on a trip now.
What?
People who didn't come to the funeral still come to greet, so you'll have to stay and take care of it. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? There are many relatives and acquaintances who were too busy to come to the funeral. I know they'll come all the way to visit later. I just don't have the energy left to deal with them. You stay home and deal with them while I go out and freshen up for a while.
What are you thinking about? It's only been 6 days since your husband passed away, remember? And it's only been 4 days since the funeral. Don't you realize how insane you are being?
Because I'm bored. I just wish you'd have a little understanding of how much I've done for the family. It wouldn't be a bummer if I took a little time off, would it? Besides, I don't really have anything to do right now. I'm bored sitting around the house. There's nothing else I want to do.
Huh?
I'd feel a little better if I could count $5 million in inheritance, but I guess it takes a little while until I get the money. My celebrity friends don't invite me out to play with them, probably because they're worried about my feelings. On the other hand, if I stay at home, only people in mourning clothes sometimes come to my house. It's so depressing.
You can't talk like that to people who are mourning your husband. They really cared about him. Please think about the people who took the time out of their busy schedules to visit. I was reminded of how much he was loved by so many people. It's really not good to disrespect their feelings like that.
Shut up! Just come quickly. I'll be late for the bus, so I've already left home.
What?
I'm off then. Take care of the rest, will you?
How selfish can you be?
Hey, Lucy. I really can't believe it. How could she do that when Dad has only been gone for a short time? As a family, shouldn't we have a little time to mourn Dad? Besides, doesn't she think it's insane to go on a trip alone when it's a time for the whole family to support each other?
Yeah, I know. She left without telling me where she was going or when she is coming back. I've called and texted her a few times since then, but I haven't heard from her at all.
I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
She's my mother, and I feel sorry that she's been acting like this. She's Dad's second wife, and she has a legal position to get Dad's inheritance. I understand that to my family and relatives, she's someone they should treat as a mother. But in reality, we are not blood related, and there are many things she says and does that I don't understand.
Don't worry too much, I'm fine.
Thanks.
Oh, I wanted to ask you something.
What is it?
She seems to think she has $5 million to inherit.
What?
I don't know why she would think that, do you?
Of course not. That woman is totally insane. Hey, what is it with that will? The land and house were registered in Noah's name, and I only get $30,000? And the rest was all donated to charity?
I don't want you to complain to me about that.
Weren't you working on something to give yourself an advantage like this? I suspect that you have been doing something behind my back. You were trying to outsmart me and take over the inheritance and property for yourself, weren't you? I can't believe you would even consider such a thing.
I would never do that.
Where did the $5 million go which I was supposed to inherit? I can't believe that such a large sum of money is nowhere to be found. That's the $5 million I've been looking forward to for so long. With that money, my future life would have been more elegant and stable. I would have been able to travel as much as I want and enjoy shopping without any worries. What the hell is going on that it's nowhere to be found? You guys weren't lying to me, were you?
About that $5 million? I've always wondered where that came from. What the hell was that?
What? He said his ex-wife had $5 million, so I assumed that's what it was. Because if your ex-wife had that much money, I should have the same amount of inheritance, right? Isn't that a normal way of thinking?
Huh? By ex-wife, do you mean Noah's biological mother? I thought you might be talking about someone else. But surely you are referring to Noah's mother, right?
Who else could it be? Who else besides his own mother would have such a large sum of money? You really are slow.
Oh, that's what you mean. I see. I finally understand why you misunderstood. But I'm afraid that information was a little wrong.
Where on earth did it disappear? I have no idea where all that money has gone. How much fun I thought I could have with that $5 million. Traveling, shopping, lavish dinners, everything is ruined. All my future plans are ruined.
That $5 million is already gone.
What? What do you mean it's gone?
Noah's mother owned her little store. I heard that the year before she passed away, her annual sales were $5 million.
Huh? Annual sales?
I think that's probably what he meant. By the way, she left that store to her brother and sister in her will. In other words, that $5 million has nothing to do with your husband's inheritance.
I'm sorry. You're saying that my $5 million was never there from the beginning?
That's what it means. But you'll get $30,000, so I think it's enough.
$30,000 will be gone in no time after I pay off my debts.
Debts?
I have debts from shopping expensive stuff, thinking it's okay to spend a little if I have $5 million. I also asked my friend to pay for my overseas trip. I also borrowed money from here and there.
And now you have a total of $30,000 debts?
I'll be almost penniless. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know about that. I have nothing to do with it.
I know. You should give up your position as managing director to me.
Huh?
Company executives are paid just to sit on a chair and stroll around. Even I, a housewife, could easily do it.
Don't underestimate the importance of running a company, will you?
What?
It's true that I may seem like an unprecedented selection considering my age. But since I joined the company, I have been promoted from chief to general manager, and here I am today. I am sure that I was not given special treatment to become the executive director. I'm certain that I made my way up through my own efforts.
You don't have to get angry about it, you know.
I'm proud of the work I'm doing, and to be told that I'm just sitting on a chair and strolling around, I think it's natural to get angry about it.
I understand. I'll give up the executive director's chair. In exchange, can I ask you to give me some money?
There will be a survivor's pension.
That's not very much.
You're not going to get anything from me. The current head of the company is Noah, who succeeded your husband. You're not in a position to interfere with anything in the company to begin with.
Then, if I ask Noah, there is a way for me to get the money, right?
You're being too naive to ask for money when you're not even an employee.
Then what do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out on the street? How am I supposed to live on my own now? What about my life from now on? I can't believe I'm being thrown into this situation.
Why don't you just work? There are so many ways you can rebuild your life on your own. You should be able to make a new start.
What? Working? Do you think I can work now?
You are still 52 years old, so yes, you're not old enough to retire. If you are healthy and energetic, you can take on any number of new challenges. If you want to work for us, please apply for a job when it becomes available. If you meet the hiring requirements, there is a possibility that you will be hired. You may be able to find a job where you can make use of your experience and skills.
Hey, Lucy, you have too big an attitude for a daughter-in-law. Shouldn't you be more polite to me? Besides, if you are my daughter-in-law, you should be obligated to support me, your mother-in-law.
You've already submitted the termination of relations of affinity, haven't you?
Well,
then you're not my mother-in-law anymore. I don't think you're a mother to Noah either, are you?
Oh, no, I mean, I don't know what to do.
Also, the house you live in now is in Noah's name. If you want to continue to live there, there will be rent to pay.
Rent? Are you going to charge me the rent?
In the market price of this area, it's going to be about $3,000 per month.
$3,000? How am I supposed to pay such a large amount of money?
If it is difficult, then please make a decision as soon as possible about your future plans. I suggest you start preparing for your new life soon.
I don't have any money. How am I supposed to live under such circumstances? Please, Lucy, give me some more time. I'm sorry, too. I'll be more cooperative from now on. So please don't give up on me. I'm really begging you. Can you help me just a little bit more? I admit that I have been wrong so far, so give me another chance.
I can't do that. I don't trust what you say. Besides, I'm sure Noah doesn't want to help you either. I think you should give up now. Please think about how to live while you work hard by yourself.
Please don't say such cold things. Please, Lucy.
After that, Maria was in despair as she was overwhelmed with debts. Unable to pay the $3,000 rent, she eventually left home and began a lonely life in a cheap apartment. She asked her friends for help, but no one would help her because of her selfish attitude. Finding a job was also difficult, so she worked part-time at a convenience store and a fast food restaurant, but it did not last long. And her life became more and more difficult. The reality for her was harsh, but I think she deserves it. Noah and I support each other and work hard every day. We will continue to protect the company that my father-in-law left to us together. We will respect each other and never forget our gratitude.